Within the last hour, Vice President Kamala Harris was in Jacksonville talking about controversial changes approved this week by the Florida Board of Education. Among those, new standards to teach middle school students that some black people benefited from slavery, as the lesson plan says slavery provided them with useful skills. During her appearance at the Ritz Theater in La Villa, an historically black part of Jacksonville, the vice president talked about how this controversial move impacts America's image worldwide.
Teachers want to teach the truth. Teachers want to teach facts. And so they should not then be told by politicians that they should be teaching revisionist history in order to keep their jobs. What is going on?
News for Jax reporter Janice Harris was at the Ritz today for the vice president's speech, and Ann Maxwell has been covering the vice president's visit from the airport. Ann?
Joy, this has been quite the production here this afternoon. The vice president is now back on her way to Washington after spending about 2.5 hours here in Jacksonville this afternoon. When she got here, she was greeted by Mayor Donna Deegan on the tarmac. They spoke briefly. The mayor says VP Harris congratulated her on her win and thanked the city for being so gracious during this visit. The VP gave a wave to the cameras and was then swept away in her motorcade. Again, this visit is a reaction to new rules approved by the Florida State Board of Education earlier this week. Changes to the teaching of African American history have made national headlines. Now, per state rules, Florida middle school instruction includes, quote, how slaves developed skills which in some instances could be applied for their personal benefit. Critics say this would teach students that people benefited from being enslaved. Mayor Deegan also voiced her opposition to this today, saying she doesn't have the authority to intervene and she's not sure if the federal government plans to step in. While Harris was in town to talk about education, the quick interaction with Deegan on the tarmac is also a symbol of change, a meeting of Jacksonville's first female mayor and the nation's first female vice president.
I'm very grateful that we have the opportunities we have. We would not have those opportunities if we did not take a look at the past and how the past actually used to work for women in this country. So I think it's just incredibly important for folks to acknowledge that in order to move forward, we have to see everybody as equal. And I think that it's exciting to see the first female vice president here with the first female mayor. But at the end of the day, I think we are just two people who want justice for everybody in this country.
Governor DeSantis has also taken note of VP Harris's visit today, tweeting, quote, the Harris-Biden administration is obsessed with Florida, yet they ignore the chaos at the border, crime-infested cities, economic malaise, and the military recruitment crisis. The VP is set to be landing back in Washington, D.C. in about an hour or so. For now, reporting live from JAX, I'm Ann Maxwell, Channel 4, the local station.